All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Simple Man Podcast. It's your boy Nicky Rod.
Damien Anderson.
Ethan Crelinsten.
Bobby Sandhu.
Bobby Sandhu.
Bobby
Yes.
Sandhu.
Today's guest hails from the land of the free, land of the kangaroos, Australia. He's a sick native and a sick dude. What's up?
Thank you. Good to be here. This is cool because I've done like random podcasts, like a comedian friend has a podcast, but this is like one of the first podcasts where I'm a fan of the show and I've seen most of the episodes. So
Sick.
This is the biggest jiu-jitsu podcast.
Number one jiu-jitsu podcast in the world. That is
that
Until
true?
Craig Jones starts his
No, he can't be number one. He's gonna be number two.
Yeah,
He has
number
to-
two, yeah.
He has to be
Yeah,
number
he
two.
has to be number two.
It's bad for his brand if he wins that race.
Yeah, what's happening with this? Is it gonna die? Is it gonna come to a head? What's gonna happen?
What
You
the
know?
drama?
The drama?
Yeah.
It ends up with an MMA fight with Nicky Rod and Gordon Ryan.
I think people will pay big money to see that.
You think you win?
Are you kidding me?
It's a genuine question.
He's like, no, I'm terrified.
No, I think I lose 10 out of 10 times, actually.
Fighting's a very athletic sport. Yes, I'd win 10 times out of 10.
I think one of the biggest events. I mean,
That's
I'm
a
not
clip.
willing
That's a
to
clip.
put my own money into this, but I think if we did like a quintet, New Wave pros versus
huge.
B Team pros,
It'd be huge.
I think that would be like.
It would be sick, but I think their guys are too big.
Well, speak for yourself.
Because they have Gordon, Big Dan,
Right.
Luke
They have big
Griffith.
guys. Yeah,
They have
I'm
bigger
more a
guys.
fan of
John
like
Carlo.
we were talking about this at some point about like how
Just destroyed
the
my whole
duels.
He's like, I gotta make a quick call.
Yeah.
Cut it.
Well, everyone else has been like, great idea.
No, we gotta tear things apart. We see things as they are,
Fair enough.
and that's
Gotta be honest.
not good. New idea. Look,
You were saying something, yeah?
wrestling duels. We were talking about that with Jay at one point. You know, this like quintet thing, it's like a total weight class and all that shit. I think it would be cooler if it was like a weight class representative.
Yeah.
How sick and like
That-
each
and you
big
go against
gym,
their team.
Yeah, you go against their team as like one weight class.
What
It's
weight
like,
class
it's
would
like
it be?
duels. You're having a team.
Yes.
Yeah, like a team
Yes.
duel. Yeah,
Like what, five weight classes?
yeah, like ADCC 66 up to 99 or whatever.
No, don't do
No.
that.
5 weight
We
classes?
need
Not bad.
145, 155. I need that. So,
All right,
so,
10 pound. Yeah.
so I can do it. So I can do
We'll
it
do
too.
like wrestling has even more. They have like 55, 59.
The thing is, our roster's not that deep yet. Like, we still have guys that are up and coming, but not there yet.
So that's how we build them up. You know, we have like in-house wrestle-offs. You know, good. Who has the best?
Jay was saying that
Well,
in
that's
college
fine.
you guys would wrestle off like every day almost
Yeah,
for spots.
yeah. During the season, like people would challenge you, and they challenge you like a day or two before the match, and you have to wrestle them off. If you lose, your spot's gone. Your spot's theirs. So
Really?
you gotta stay sharp.
That's
So it's like
fucking
you're
cool.
training with people that you're practicing with guys that want your spot. So it's like it's very intense.
I'm listening to this audiobook, Undisputed Truth. It's Mike Tyson's book. Dude, it is the most intense story I've ever listened to.
He was raped as a kid.
I didn't get there yet.
He probably did the raping.
Spoiler alert.
He was.
Sorry, you know?
I didn't get there yet. I don't know. He was like 7 years old, breaking into houses, robbing houses
Custom
regularly.
found them at some point, right?
Yeah, ended up getting to Customado, but
Custody.
when they would spar, he would bring in like professionals, whatever, and Mike Tyson was still like 15, 16 years old, and then he would tell them to like try to beat the shit out of Mike, and Mike would be like, I want you to break this guy's ribs. Just guys that they bring in, they're professional
Wow.
fighters, supposed to be there for like, a couple weeks, and then they'll end up like leaving in a day or two, just because like
Beat the
it's
shit
just-
out of them, and then it's practice.
well, it's just like he just went to fight. Like he would
Do you
would
think
go
he
to
just hit puberty at a crazy early age?
Maybe it's part of it. But what you're saying is like it's like the in-house wrestle-offs. Like you go to practice and you're going there. You're fighting.
stressful.
You're fighting for something. Like you're fighting for a spot on your team. Here you're like fighting a guy. A guy's
For
gonna
your,
beat the
life,
living
pretty
shit out
much.
of you if you don't.
You think Tyson took a bunch of shit when he was very young? A bunch of PEDs?
I was just about
PDs?
to.
I don't know.
It's probably super unregulated. Like they're probably not doing charges.
Yeah, amateur boxing.
Well, he also did
You're not
Junior
getting
Olympics.
tested, right?
Dude, his neck is ridiculous.
What?
Yeah,
Junior Olympics.
Oh,
His
Junior
neck
Olympics.
What did
back
you
in the
think?
day.
I heard you say judo Olympics. I'm like, no, he did not.
He like won Junior Olympics like twice, and then also like Olympic trials. I think it was.
What do you think, Tyson versus Royce?
Gracie?
In a fight.
Both at the peak, yeah. MMA.
Oh, dude, I think Gracie
I
wins.
think the jiu-jitsu is
Really? It's different, dude. It's different.
Wait. No. I actually disagree. I think Tyson would just KO.
You think so?
Yeah.
You know what?
Tyson in his
I see
prime.
that.
Well, he's much bigger, right?
Even if the guy, he's bigger, and even if the guy pulls guard and like
Royce
that's
can't
his
wrestle.
best bet if he pulls guard on him. And I still think he's gonna.
That's the thing. It only takes one or two punches.
Yeah, but the thing
Tyson,
is,
it
like,
only takes one or two.
Yeah, but imagine, all it takes
Bro.
is getting to your back.
Yeah.
It's like then the fight is over.
No,
Like,
you still have to fight through something. Like Tyson could just, boom.
bro, he's not gonna know what to do.
I think he should just land a shot on the guy's head as he's like in this area.
Imagine
I
a
think-
body shot from Tyson,
Bro,
bro.
yeah,
Tyson
yeah.
overhand right.
Yeah. But I'm saying like it's a
Versus
double leg,
versus
bro.
a full back.
should-
No, he's not wrestling with
I
Tyson.
think either
Yeah,
of them
he
could
is.
put the other way.
You don't think
He
he's?
comes near Tyson. They clinch up for a second.
They're not clinching. He's gonna shoot like a low single, low double. That is the way to get him
Could
out.
be.
Tyson's just
That's
gonna
how you get around it.
fucking-
You get him down. If he's on his back,
Okay,
bro,
out of
he's fine.
100 times.
Dude, I'd
Okay,
say like
I give it
80% of the time.
I give it
think
80
Royce
to
wins.
Tyson.
Who's the
Wow.
best striker
Give it
you
80
think
to
Royce Gracie beat?
I don't know.
Yeah, I
Back
really-
then it
Bro,
was
they were
like
wearing
crazy.
one glove, one hand. These cunts weren't striking, bro.
Yeah.
A gi and wrestling shoes.
Yeah,
What's going on?
They were twisting each other's nuts.
That's
and
something
shit.
even I wouldn't
Yeah.
do. You know what I mean?
That's
I wouldn't
crazy.
slip
Crazy.
on one glove.
Man, I don't think a guy with that much power is so easily grappled. Like you can't.
Okay.
That,
Well, then let's
you
put
know?
it now. So, like in their prime, right? Tyson versus Royce. Like, Royce was like the best, right? I'm not think
Tyson.
about it. Think about it now. It's like we have Tyson Fury, Nicky Rod, fist fight.
Tyson Fury versus Nicky
Rod.
Rod.
Oh,
Okay,
in
that's
a
in a fight.
in a,
No,
in
no,
like
but
a-
no.
in an MMA
You
fight.
can't compare Royce Gracie to Nicky Rod.
No, he's talking Tyson.
Tyson Fury.
Okay.
Tyson Fury.
I'm saying Tyson Fury. He's like big as fuck.
But I'm saying you're comparing. You were letting go of the
beat his
Mike
ass.
Tyson.
Yeah. Well, we're just trying
put
to
him
equate
down.
it.
I think, I think in this case,
No, I
Nicky
think
Rod
he
wins
dominates.
for sure.
I
But,
think he
but
dominates.
Nicky Rod is you can't compare Nicky Rod. You can't replace
His
Nicky
grappling
Rod with
style's so different.
yeah with Royce Gracie. It's a different.
He's a get on top wrestler grappler.
Yeah,
Royce,
yeah.
what was Royce doing? Doing the pill chokes and
If you
fucking
put like
that side.
yeah, it's different. I think it's pretty different.
I don't know.
But
I'm just
that
trying
is-
to say
that's
like
a good-
grappling. I think the majority of the time. I think we talked about this. Is the majority of the
All
time.
right. Do you think you could beat Ryan Garcia in a fight?
Dude,
Professional
yes.
boxer.
Yes.
Ryan
Yes.
Garcia.
Yes.
Ki-
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Look, in an MMA fight,
In a fight, yeah.
I think.
What about a street fight?
Look,
It's the same shit.
Same
That's how I
shit.
see it.
Uh,
Just you can't.
But
gouge the
that's
eyes.
what I mean. In a fight where there is no oh, you can't do
Yeah,
this, you
yeah,
can't do
yeah.
that. In a
yeah,
fight,
I think I could, but I don't I think I would probably eat a few really bad shots that I'd have to like make sure.
I'd have to realize and be like, do I really want to fight this guy? Do I really want to? How mad am I at
I have to
him?
heavily consider what I'm doing. No, you think you get in there, you
Dude.
get in and out, you strangle or submit the guy
fucked.
without
just
getting
shoot.
it
The thing is,
hard.
against
like,
I think it's more dangerous fighting
big is Ryan
kickboxers.
Yeah,
maybe
kickbox
5'11".
for sure.
Dude, because it's like boxers only have punches. You shoot low single, low double. They're not
Yeah.
punching you down there.
That's true.
Like you're gonna take them down. A knee or a kick that becomes
yeah,
way
I'd
more
rather
dangerous.
I'd rather fight the best boxer than the best kickboxer for
Yes.
sure.
Oh yeah.
But a kicker is more unstable.
But it hurts so much more.
They could just do more damage to you. They're more versatile. Like, I'd rather fight a boxer. Then second on that list is a kickboxer. Then third is a Muay Thai guy. Then third is a Muay Thai guy who's, like, done judo in his life. Like, the more versatile they become, the more of a pain in the ass it's going to be to just implement what you're trying to do. Because we have one skill where we could really fuck them up in. But the more covered they are, the worse off we
Yeah,
are.
and I think
The
boxing
more-
is so limited because
it's
it's
so
only
limited.
hands.
Yeah, it's only
Like,
hands. Well, they do
get
clinch.
fucked
They
up.
do clinch. Like if you
No,
tie up with a
no, no.
boxer,
But can
they're
you
gonna
fight in
feel
the
strong.
clinch? You can.
No, they
They're gonna
can't.
hit you
when
They
they're tied up.
can't clinch.
I think
You can't
the-
clinch.
They,
Muay Thai,
they
you
do
can
clinch in
kickboxing.
boxing. They clinch.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
clinch to deny strikes, but there's
Yeah.
no clinch
They
fighting.
throw some strikes in there. Like
It-
I think the
Muay Thai
top
clinch is
level-
clinch fighting. Like you're
Yeah,
allowed
yeah.
to
A
clinch
Muay Thai
fight.
fighter for sure is going to be more dangerous there. But like I think a boxer still is going to be very dangerous. Like if you go to put collar ties on a boxer, he's going to Probably.
Well, this is the
uppercut shit
thing.
out
Why
of
are you you shoot low double or low single and they're fucked?
Yeah.
They cannot hit you. They have
I
no
think-
they have no
would you
knees, they have
pull
no
guard?
kicks. No, I'm double legging him. What?
What if he like fucking shucks you off and like
he has
gives a
no
couple
idea
shots?
how to sprawl. They have no idea how to
Yeah,
grapple.
right, yeah, run
like you
through, yeah.
like you are bringing them up here.
Okay, what would Royce do?
What would Jesus do?
What would Royce do in the heart? What's his game plan?
Royce
What's
might
I
pull.
low double,
think
low
my-
single.
No,
I think.
Royce. You think Royce?
I think you let him
Shoot
swing
pull,
hard
shoot
and take
pull.
him down. You go, I go. You go, I go.
Yeah.
Let him load up, throw one, and fucking.
I reckon I could beat. Hey, Damien Anderson, don't you laugh
Have
at
some
me.
faith.
Yeah, who do you think?
Come
you
on,
could
I
That was
reckon I could
disrespectful.
beat.
Some elderly.
I could beat
Like
the
I
shit
have
out
to
of your
compare like,
grandfather.
an MMA fighter who was good, but not like there's a limit. At a certain limit.
There's definitely a limit.
I've seen Volk in the training room. I spent a week in the Volk.
You
camp.
think you beat the shit out of Vulcan?
No, I don't
All right,
think I could beat.
you heard it
I don't
here
think
first.
I could beat Volk in any. I don't think I could beat him in tennis. I don't think.
What about comedy? You think you beat?
Bruh, but tic tac toe, he beats me. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, well, no, comedy.
there was one time
If
where
you go like stage for stage, like 5 minutes, 5 minutes, you
course,
think
he's
you do better
joking.
part
than
of being better at comedy is just like I'm so shit. You know what I mean? It's like giving it.
Yeah,
the
no,
worst
I
you
get
were
it.
in
I
comedy.
get
is
it.
never mind.
Okay, go on.
There was one time where there was like it was like one person in, one person out, war rounds, and I just happened. I was on a bit of a tear. He was on a tear, and I just happened.
I was doing pretty well. He was doing pretty well.
I was on the
doing
wall.
pretty well.
I was on the wall. With who? Jumping on people's
With their
backs.
coach Joe
And
Lopez.
strangling him. Now with one of the
The
chicks.
70-year-old
One of the chicks, But she was a pro, so I'm counting that shit. You know? Bro, I could have boxed with her too. I'm telling you. Actually, now I'm just being comedic. But anyway, so I was tear like okay, maybe I hyperbole, 2 or 3. You know what I mean? I got a few, and then right before one of the better guys jumped in with me, I got eliminated, and because I'd done a few in a row, I didn't feel so bad, right? So I jumped out, and I'm sitting there, and Volk was out, and I looked at Volk, and I was like, oh, lucky I avoided that really tough guy. He came in next. And the way Volk looked at me was like utter disgust. Because
Yes.
our mindsets are totally opposed.
He's like, you avoided
He's
hard
looking
work.
for the hardest rounds and toughest training, trying to push himself. And I'm like, oh shit, I didn't get injured. Nothing crazy. My knee didn't fucking buckle. You know what I mean? And I'm out
Nothing
here.
exploded. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Here.
It's a different kind of human for sure.
That guy, we had one discussion when we were talking about the Ortega.
How did you
situation.
even get in that camp? Who was like, let's bring Bobby into the fucking camp.
Craig, for
Let
sure.
me be a
Craig.
pound for pound fighter.
I
Listen, I got a guy.
I know a guy.
Folks like, who do we get to copy Islam heavy pressure style? Craig's like, I got just the guy.
I got a guy.
with like Bobby with like knee pads and a headgear. He's like, hey,
Want to wall wrestle?
I'm on a tear.
Knee pads and
And a singlet with like,
I'm laughing at Bobby's laugh.
Oh, you laughed at my laugh. I thought it was my jokes.
it's infectious. No.
Dude, I was at
That's good.
an event for my granddad. I was wearing a tan suit. I remember I had a fresh haircut, tan suit, all the family together and shit. It ended up being a fight just before I left. I was lucky I wasn't pulled into that.
This is your family, not.
This is just my family, Indian
Okay.
community, like a Punjabi
Is there
Sikh.
any wall wrestling? Bobby's cousin. Fucking dumb bitch.
I'm at
so go on, yeah.
I'm at the function. And,
It's a wedding?
No, it's just like my pop. It's just like an appreciation day kind of for him. I think he's like 75. or
Is it
something.
like
He's
an
getting
Indian
older.
style thing? Like
I think what it was their 50th marriage anniversary.
Okay.
And we just picked that date to kind of give back because my pop brought over like 100
Your
members of
family?
his family
Okay.
from fucking India
Wow.
to one of the best countries in the world. This guy was on a fucking ship, sailing around like just from a totally dirt poor guy. Thankfully, got off at fucking. He sailed through the
He
strait. but
sailed.
He got onto a ship.
What kind of ship? What kind of
It
ship?
was like a coal ship, or they were transporting potatoes at one point. They were
Is that what
taking-
they call?
So what happened
people?
was India, my area in India has a lot of like agrarian agriculture.
Okay.
And we had a lot of potatoes at one point. They told us to
agrarian.
to just make
Agrarian.
potatoes.
Not
You know, it's a carb, good. It's an easy way.
They grow
to staple.
potatoes.
Okay.
And then he had to take potatoes to Iran or Iraq in the middle of the war,
Okay.
where he was in a convoy of ship.
Wow.
He went to
What?
80
You're in
different
northern
countries.
India? He was from northern India at this
Well,
point?
he went to like one of the ports, obviously, to go there. But this guy went to
Okay.
like 80 different countries. He was an incredible human being.
Does that make sense geographically to you guys?
Bro, he was.
No.
Think
Go
about.
on.
All
We don't
right,
care. We don't
forget
care.
This is
No,
a
no,
man.
Get back to.
He lived
go.
the.
Don't let me interrupt you.
I'm a plug my
Sorry,
uncle.
sorry.
Your father, my granddad. This was
Yeah.
a man because he didn't eat beef, right?
Okay, of
So
course.
Indians don't like to eat beef.
That's
yeah,
true.
So the
cow
only
are
two
sacred,
things-
Cows are
sacred.
holy. Cows
Yeah.
are holy.
Only two things you could eat on the ship was beef
And pussy.
and chips.
I thought that.
How dare you? This man's president of the Sikh temple.
Okay, so
alright?
beef and chips.
And so he's like, fuck this, I ain't eating beef. So he lived on just chips.
And that's why you
As
look the
he's
way
sailing
he
to
looks.
80 different
Bobby
countries
looks like he looks
in
like-
fucking war-torn whatever. You know what I mean? He was
Chips
crazy.
like French fries
Anyway,
or like potato chips?
we call chips French fries.
French fries.
Fries.
Oh, so
Fries.
potatoes.
Yeah, no,
Just fried potatoes. Fried potatoes.
This guy, anyway, amazing guy.
How long?
Huh?
How long was that journey? Like a day?
Bro, he was on the ship for years. Literally, for years. Just that's what he was doing. They were sailing. He had a job.
okay.
He had a job.
Okay.
Some shit happened. One of the other relatives was supposed to work on the ship. They died or something, and they threw him in to like fill the place.
Okay.
All right,
Let's
back
go
to the
on
boat.
about the thing.
All right. So I'm at his event. We're celebrating him, and I get a message, an image from Craig Jones, and it was just something I couldn't refuse. You know what I mean? I had
I remember
I had to
this.
be there. I had
and
to
you
be
didn't.
there.
He didn't even say anything.
No,
he
no,
just
that
said,
was a different occasion. On
Okay,
this
you know what I'm
occasion-
talking about.
Yes. On this
Not
sometimes it wasn't an invitation, and I invited myself. But this time it was an invitation. He's like, "Come hang out. We're gonna party."
Okay.
Wollongong. You gotta remember, the freestyle guys. They fucking everyone knows them in Wollongong. That's their area. I've been out to party in venues that I've worked security at, and it's not the same normal gig. You know what I mean? It's a way better experience. And I was like a few hours away, and I'm just like, bang, Craig, see you in 2.5 hours. I just left the event. I had like a tan suit on, and I rocked up to like this pub where everyone's wearing shorts and shit, and just partied really well. And the weird thing was, the guy who was like going to be my in to let me stay at the fighter house, because I'm just there to party with Craig for the night. But in my mind, I'm like, Craig's here, Volks here, I got to stick around here as long as I fucking can. I got to find a way
I gotta weasel my way into
to
that
just...
trailer.
And I realized I have no value to them because they've got Craig. They've got Craig.
Well, wrestling, yeah.
So the only thing...
Imagine in a singlet with like curly leg hair hanging out. Like, he's like, who wants to wall wrestle?
Well, I couldn't. There was no reason for them to have me around. Like, what? I'm
Yeah.
gonna throw them off their schedule and just fucking waste their time, talk
You're the
shit.
party guy.
Yeah, I'm just because my main thing is talking, And they don't want to. They got it's like a 3 sessions a day, crazy fucking schedule. Yeah. And the gentleman Kobe, who's a pro fighter as well, I'd actually cornered against him before. One of my best friends that had a MMA fight with him. I remember him getting head kicked. And me going crazy. It was like the best.
Your buddy got head kicked?
He got my buddy. My buddy head kicked him.
Oh, I heard that too.
I was in the corner partying, having a great time, cornering at the same time, yelling out crazy instructions. I was like, triangle! Shoot a triangle!
He's getting Vaseline on his face.
Yeah.
Triangle.
And now I meet this Colby guy, and he's like a really sick dude, and I'm kind of like, fuck, I was really happy when he got head kicked. But
Sick,
anyway.
like religious?
No, sick as in just a
keep saying
top
he got
bloke.
head
Great guy, just a really,
it.
really good dude. But just over the night, I got on pretty well with most people except for Frank Hickman. Frank Hickman, I did not get along with
Is
him.
he the wrestler guy?
He goes
wrestling coach or
hard
something?
with with the resin and stuff.
He doesn't like you.
It's not
With the
maybe
what?
he
With the
doesn't
what
like
stuff?
me.
With the what
Just
stuff?
it's like Craig, but it's way harsher.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Just
ragging.
the banter
Just
and
rags
stuff,
on you?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like he's mean.
One thing or another, in like the
Hurts his
middle,
feelings.
when we're like the most fucked up, I was like to Colby, hey man, can I stay? He's like, bro, stay as long as you want. So I'm living in
Like,
in
gotcha.
a mansion
In there.
Volks paid for with a fucking
Sick.
elevator.
Wow,
One of the first things I did was
cool.
just go up and down in that fucking elevator. Dude, we got home at like 4 a.m.
It's like us at Mo's house. Like,
We're so cooked, and it's just like me and him just talking all night, me and this other guy, you know. And then at some point we're outside like 4 a.m. hitting pads. I'm like, would you teach me? Would you hold pads for me? It's like 6 a.m. We're out in the neighborhood smashing pads.
Oh my god.
Just wild. And I ended up staying almost a week there. I got like local seminars and
Was
stuff.
David there
I
at the same
taught.
time?
No, this was a separate time.
Oh, I thought this was...
How'd you
where
leave?
were your clothes?
Did Craig
Where were your
leave
clothes?
it?
I had some clothes. Like I had some. It was just kind of figuring it out.
What was your cue to leave?
My cue to leave was every morning when they asked me when I was going to leave. Remember what I talked about? Frank Hickman didn't like me. Everyone else was kind of cool with me. They're like, he's overstaying, he's welcome, but they were too polite, and Craig just found the whole situation hilarious. But Frank Hickman would be like, why are you still here?
Oh, fuck.
He's like, oh, you still want to stick around? Do the dishes. Do this. Do that. So it got to a situation where I was like, I just have to avoid Frank.
Yeah, just
And
hide.
just be more around Kobe, and it's a big fucking house, you know? And be more around Kobe and that, and just kind of stick to my own. And I did that for 5 fucking days. And every day, I'm at every
start
single
like his
practice
grandfather.
Volk is at.
He was eating chips.
Just
You know what I mean?
chips
Like-
in the corner. After hiding, can't do any
They
more
didn't know he
dishes.
was there. 5 days.
He just turned sideways. He just, wow.
But it was amazing because, you know, you get to see arguably the featherweight GOAT. And you get to see why he's the featherweight GOAT.
Yeah, it's cool.
The level of professionalism and just, like, it was incredible, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard he has a crazy mentality. Like right before his fights, like Craig was saying that Volk thinks like he's like, this guy's trying to take fucking my belt away from my family, trying to take money away from my fucking family. Like I'm gonna kill this guy. I can't fucking believe him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crazy mindset, huh?
That's it. When's your next fight?
I do a Muay Thai tournament in June.
A tournament?
A tournament, yeah. It's a
In one night?
over the course of 2 days. It's like a weekend. So yeah, I'll have potentially up to 4 fights when I win, and I'll go pro in August now.
Whoa,
Oh,
going
shit.
pro
Wow.
in
Around
August.
yep.
All right.
pretty quick.
Where's that tournament at?
It's in Iowa.
Okay, so you're gonna stay there for like a full weekend.
Yeah, I'll
Do
be there
the
like
Muay
Thursday
Thai
to
tournament.
Sunday. Yeah, it's the biggest amateur Muay Thai tournament in like North America called TBA, and
TBA.
dude, I'm gonna win
to
it.
be announced.
Yeah, I'm gonna win it. I'm gonna win it. Yeah.
You
I'm
heard it here
fucking
first.
excited.
He says, okay, wait. Details. It's called TBA.
TBA. I think
What's
it's
that?
maybe Thai Boxing Association
Oh,
or something
Thai
like
Boxing
that.
Association. It's
Yeah.
Iowa. When?
June 22nd, I want to say.
Okay.
Or-
And pure
yeah.
Muay Thai. It's not MMA.
Pure Muay Thai. Yeah. So
Wow.
can't take him
Sick.
to the
That's
ground.
pretty
Yeah, I
cool.
really wanted to
That's
make sure that I get experience.
I didn't know they still do that kind of thing, like just a tournament of how many fights you gonna have? Like 2
It's
per day?
amateur
2
fight,
per
right?
day.
Amateur.
It's
Muay Thai.
amateur, yeah.
yeah.
2 per day.
You
Dude,
get headgear and knee shin pads and shit like that.
headgear, cloth shin pads, and then cloth elbow pads.
But
And
10
ounce
rounds?
gloves.
10 rounds or?
No. I think it's three rounds.
Oh,
Yeah.
Muay Thai is, I don't know. All right, guys, welcome to the Simple Man Podcast. Thank you very much to Massive Supplements for the sponsorship. That was flatulence. All right, Simple Man Podcast. Thank you very much, Massive Supplements, for sponsoring our podcast. The new protein blends are good for if you're sensitive and you get a little bloaty, like our friend over here who had some flatulence. Okay, they're very clean supplements. All right, daily supplementation. People can use it as a meal replacement as part of their fasting routine. Okay, it doesn't ruin your fast. They have powders. You can just add water. Okay, there's unique challenges. You buy 10-day fasting kit before and after, and you get money back for your fasting kit. So check it out on their website. 15 pounds in 10 days. That is the average weight loss for this 10-day fasting kit. So check it out. The Smashing Red, Smashing Greens, okay, great supplementation. As a pro athlete, all of us need supplementation because we can't possibly get all the vitamins and nutriments that we need to get into our daily life as part of our exhaustive routine. So we get it through these supplements that you see in front of me. Violent Hippie, Geese, Rash Guard, shorts, soaps, USDA approved CBD oils, so no funny business. All right, hats, shirts. All right, get them on the website. Mitch Aguiar, thank you very much. Promo code SimpleMan, one word, all capitals, 15% off. Thank you very much, Massive Supplements. Boom.
What made you want to sort of do MMA, take on so much extra risk, and why did you do that?
Yeah, what's wrong
Dude,
with
when he was growing up, when he was like 7 years old, he was robbing
I was
houses.
robbing
and shit.
houses.
He got raped and shit.
He got raped and shit.
Then he met Cuss, and that was it, bro.
Yeah.
You don't see that neck on my guy? Fucking got it, bro.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever? Oh, I got you first.
Yeah, why'd you veer? Just do jiu-jitsu. Chill. What's wrong with you?
Dude, I don't know, man. MMA it's fun. So to be honest, I always actually wanted to do MMA. That was always what I thought was the coolest.
You were kind of doing it back at Brunswick, right? Like you were sparring here and there.
I would spar here and there. It wasn't like official, but
Yeah, you
so,
just do it.
So I always wanted to do it. I didn't know like how to do it, or like I honestly thought it was people like just getting in there and brawling, and I didn't want to try to pursue that. Like I just thought it was super cool. And then when I started doing MMA with John, and then I started doing like getting good relatively quickly, and then like there was like a method to the madness type of thing, and I was like, oh, this is like you can't. This is like a problem to be solved type of thing. Like there is some IQ to this, and it's like
You can't just bro science it.
exactly. But it's like if I can just think, like if I can have a higher understanding than my opponent, like I should be able to beat him. And I thought that was really cool. So, yeah, that's why. Also, I mean, dude, it's fun beating somebody up.
What's
man.
the main
It's
difference
fun.
of training under John mixed martial arts versus like on your own with a separate team?
Dude? Honestly, I think it's like a blessing in disguise that like I ended up coming to B Team because I found Elton Wells, like my Muay Thai coach. And the thing is like so John was very good with the tactics, like where I should be, why my foot placement should be here, how to just the understanding of the positions, but the actual strikes themselves, I never actually learned the proper way to strike.
Like how to generate force mechanically properly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How to generate the maximum amount of force with a kick, how to generate a maximum amount of force with your cross, how to generate
All right.
maximum amount of force
I
with
have
hooks.
another question. Do you think that you're pursuing MMA is going to take away from your grappling skills overall?
Yep.
Okay, so what would you say would be like if a guy out there wants to, let's say, win ADCC, but he also wants to pursue like MMA? Obviously, we all want to get into the UFC if you're pursuing MMA, but if you want to like make a decent career out of mixed martial arts, like how do you go about that and not end up like sucking at jiu-jitsu? Like what do you?
Dude, I think
How much training can you possibly squeeze into a day?
I honestly think like you should master one first, I think.
So master something. Okay.
Yeah, like I feel like
But like at the same time, John Jones isn't necessarily a master.
dude,
of
he was
any
a sick
sport.
wrestler.
Yeah, wrestling.
I would
yeah.
say, I
Wrestler.
would say definitely a super high level wrestler.
Yeah.
But was he ever like top 10 in the world?
I mean, he wasn't like an Olympian.
I wouldn't
but-
consider
do you
him to
do you
be
think
like a master of wrestling, but he does have it to fall back on. He does like wrestling is something that like in a fight, if he needs it, it's there. Whereas like if you need jiu-jitsu, it's there.
there.
And you're gonna need jiu-jitsu, you're gonna need wrestling, you're gonna need
the
boxing.
way
at
the
some
way
point,
I
you know?
think about it, honestly, that's not the smartest thing. You shouldn't be ashing on paper. That's very.
That's
dumb.
fine.
That's
No,
very.
I
dumb.
started a
The
house
Ash is
fire.
dead.
You know, you
Yeah,
hear
that's
about this?
very. Let's get this
Yeah,
over.
Ash is
Did you hear about
dead.
me?
It's fine.
No. And Ember's gonna go. It's gonna be. There's gonna be a whole thing. All right. So here, real quick, it's better to have a tool that you think about it for jujitsu, right?
Yeah.
All right. Who would you rather go against? The guy that is mediocre everywhere. Okay, mediocre everywhere.
Yeah.
Or the guy that sucks at everything, like Matej Shashinsky, no wrestling, but has a sick ankle lock.
Yeah.
I'd rather the guy who's like kind of good everywhere, honestly, than the guy who's a specialist somewhere. But
Exactly.
I think
That's
it's
the
Wait,
thing.
you'd rather be that guy? Or
No, you'd rather
face
fight that guy.
I'd rather fight that
You'd
guy.
rather
Look,
face
look.
a specialist?
no, I'd rather not face
Right.
it.
Yeah,
Wow.
no,
Wow.
exactly, and
Yeah.
that's why I believe for MMA it's better to become a specialty, like have a specialty.
You're more dangerous as a specialist.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and you can always increase the skill in that other sport where you're lacking, or that other place that you're lacking. But if you're shit everywhere or just mediocre everywhere, there's nothing that this guy's like, holy shit, this is I have to avoid that.
But like
Right.
I think it's even more of a pain in the ass if you're actually really good everywhere. Then it's just like fuck.
Of
How am I
course.
going to beat
'Cause
this
the
guy?
best-
But now-
the greatest
now
Because
this is-
even me as a specialist, the guy's still like Volkanovski. If it's pure jiu-jitsu rules, okay, I think I could beat the guy. But like
for sure.
I'm nowhere. I don't think he's very good. Whereas like I can't use my specialty even if I was training full-time MMA, I don't think my grappling specialty is good enough to make a difference in a fight with the guy because he's so well-rounded.
No, I agree.
If you had higher level you have wrestling.
If
Like,
you have
could take a
real,
guy
that's
down.
why I think wrestling is the most important specialty to have. You look at Jones, Volkanovski, Islam.
A lot of them
Khabib.
are wrestlers. Yeah.
They're all they at
wrestlers
least
with
have it.
decent jits.
Wrestling with good enough jiu-jitsu to not get submitted and to hold down, not get held down.
But
Bo
here-
Nichols' jiu-jitsu looks good. I mean,
It's looking good,
not bad, bro.
dude.
But here, hold on. So let's touch back on this. So you were saying like the difference between John and what I'm doing now. This is why I believe
John Jones?
No, John Danner.
Oh, John Danner. Sure.
Versus like my training, what I do now. It's like, so we have jiu-jitsu at B Team, which is our specialty. We are like the best in the world, right? But then it's like the way we look at UFC, right? The way we look at UFC grappling,
Number one.
right? Or maybe number two.
No,
Like
number one.
look at when we look at MMA fights, half the time when we're looking at the grappling, this is shit, right? But high-level strikers do the same thing with UFC fighters. They're like, this is shit. So now what I'm doing is I have specialty with jiu-jitsu, but then also I go to a pure Muay Thai gym.
Yeah, and you have a special. You're
for
learning the
there.
specialty
so I
there.
can learn
Yeah.
at a faster rate there, and then a few days a week we have MMA sparring, and I'm working on mixing the two.
You think it's possible to have two specialties?
I think so.
You have two skill sets that are equally, you're like,
Yes,
class in.
I think so. I genuinely think so. Like I think.
Well, how do you measure that? Like, how do you?
Well, I would say if you're able to
I think
get
Volk,
close
I
to
think
compete at the
Volk is
highest
good
level.
at that.
highest level.
compete at the highest
I think
level, if
compete
you're
at
able
the
to
highest
master one specialty, it probably makes it much easier to master the other because now you have an understanding of kind of
How to learn.
How to learn.
So,
Yeah, 'cause
what do
that's
you
very
define
important.
as mastering something?
Okay, I would say maybe you could be in the top 10 to top 20 in the world of
We top.
of that.
We'll say like 100.
Okay, so if you're at the
100.
top,
100?
That,
100's
No.
not that special.
you're not.
I
There's
think it
100.
Top 20.
well,
Yeah.
in jiu-jitsu, it's not that special. But you say wrestling top 100, that's fucking.
That's
Nah,
pretty crazy.
that's
that's
not that good.
high as fuck.
Top 100.
There are so many wrestlers compared to
In
jiu-jitsu
your weight
fighters.
class or like in
the world.
Well,
Okay.
is your weight class
We can
in
say
the
weight
world?
class.
Yeah,
In
in
the
the
weight
weight class in the
world.
world, top 100.
That's-
I mean, yeah,
that's
okay,
very
that's
pretty good.
impressive, but
like, it's
I'm
not
saying,
that good.
well, is that can you consider a specialist? If that's, I guess,
Yeah,
I guess
that's a master. That's a
You're-
master.
I'd
There
say,
are
I'd
levels
say
to
you're
it.
you're a master. If you're at the top 100 in your sport, like in whatever competitive thing your sport measures, then you've mastered that. But I don't think you can be under those gradients. I don't think you can master multiple. That would be useful. So look, obviously you could do like
if you get
could
top
choose some
100
obscure
in
shit.
if you get top 100 in one sport, can you
But
get
in
top
a,
100
let's
in
keep it
another
like
sport?
in a fighting sport, in a sport that's that's valuable to an MMA fight. So like it has to be valuable to an MMA fight. And we'll just say we agree on like it being like grappling, striking. Boom, that's it. So some grappling sport and some striking sport. Do you think you could be top 100 in the world in two of those?
What about John Jones? John Jones.
I think I
John
could.
Jones, you
He's
think
a
is
great
top
striker.
100?
Well,
I don't
in
think he's
MMA,
top 100.
In MMA, like if you look at his
Muay Thai.
striking, he has very good striking.
You think he's top
Could he
top
compete at
100?
Glory? Could he
Bro,
compete at Glory?
no,
I don't know.
he's not top one. I don't know. I'm not talking shit about Mr.
what about-
Jones.
like Volk?
but-
Wait,
When I was watching,
top 100, bro.
Not
They're
100,
such
not 100.
specialists, man. Yeah.
when I was watching Jones versus Gustafsson, I was like, Jones striking looks just as good as his wrestling.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Yeah. Well, do you know how good Gustafsson is?
I mean, I think he's known for striking. I
Is he-
I don't know.
I
might be
don't know
wrong,
if
but
he's
I thought he had a
100.
striking
I don't know if
background.
he's like.
Are we? Yes. Are we?
don't know,
Is
I don't
he? Is he like top 100 strikers in the world?
How about Izzy? You think Izzy was top 100?
Yes.
Kickboxer, right?
Yes. I think that's his specialty.
But
I'd say he's like.
but he's not grappler.
Not grappling.
No. Yeah. So.
Could he box though? Could he go? See, because that's a pretty close parallel, right?
Yeah. Can you say that? Can you say
dude,
like
that's tougher,
it's
that's tougher.
like is that? But there has to be a line in the sand. Like what differentiates? Like
I don't think we see any boxers go MMA, right?
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Who?
Jan
Who?
was a boxer.
Jan was
Conor
spe-
McGregor was a boxer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
yeah. I
didn't
guess,
know
yeah.
that.
Yeah. But dude,
McGregor's got like a karate stance. I would guess.
well, he
McGregor's got a lot of
changes. He
things
changes.
going on.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I said McGregor's got a lot of things going on.
Oh,
That
okay,
guy
okay.
seems
Like
very
what?
happy.
Very happy?
He just seems very
Is that
high
sarcasm?
energy.
No, he seems thrilled. I agree. Yeah,
Yeah,
he seems
this is something-
fucking.
He's fighting
top of the
Chandler,
world.
and I don't know if it's gonna be good for him.
Bro,
What do
I
you guys
wouldn't
think?
fight it. I would agree to it.
He
and
should
just
not.
back out.
Really? I think
show
I
will
would
have
see
fun.
that.
He can beat him. He can beat him.
Yeah, you could
But
beat him.
I don't
know-
think it's a good.
He needs
Bro, he's
McGregor needs a
beaten
good
tough
grappling
wrestlers.
coach. McGregor
before,
needs a
man.
good grappling coach and somebody that actually shows him how to get off the ground and stay on the feet. And if he can find somebody
B
that,
team.
Yeah, B team.
We have a lot of guys his size, but if he could find a team that they can try to mimic how Chandler's going to attack him,
Yeah.
he can do much better.
Yo, you guys think Chandler versus Khabib? How do you guys think that?
Chandler versus Khabib. Chandler gets beat.
I think Chandler gets fucking shish kebab.
Look, Dustin Poirier grappled him.
Yeah. So I think by that measure, I think Conor can beat Chandler. I think
Why?
Conor,
Connor got
Dustin
fucked up
take
by
down-
Khabib.
yeah, but so did Chandler. So
Well,
would
that's-
so
hey,
would so would Chandler. So
Conor's
would Chandler.
coming in hot.
So I
Conor's
mean,
coming
that's
in
what
hot.
I'm saying is Chandler's grappling isn't so much better than Conor's, whereas Khabib was so much better than Conor's that he just grabbed a hold of him and it was done basically. Just wrestle fucked him until he submitted him. I don't think Chandler can do that to McGregor.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
saying.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think
I
he
don't
get
know.
knocked out.
Wasn't
though.
Chandler a college
Dude,
wrestler?
Dustin. Yeah,
Chandler was a college wrestler. Yeah.
Yeah.
So was
I think All American, 2-time All American.
What about Chad Mendez? Was he any?
I believe so.
Also, heavy wrestler.
Yeah, Conor figured it
But
out.
now you're talking about somebody that's 1 or 2 weight classes above Chad Mendez now.
That's
Chad
true.
Mendez
but
was in 145. Now this fight's at
McGregor's a lot
170.
bigger than he used to be, also, right?
Yeah,
Oh, it's
he's
at
gonna get
170.
tied. I think it's at 170. They don't know.
I thought it was
wasn't
55.
announced. It wasn't announced
He
yet, but I
looks
think it's 170.
They both look
looks big
enormous.
over
Yeah,
there.
it's crazy, bro.
Connor's coming in with all the money, you know?
Yeah,
It's like Jake Paul. You got a lot of
with the
money
heat.
to support whatever you're doing, you can do it better.
yeah.
That's true.
But then
That's
Jake
true.
Paul also lost. But I also don't think.
He also made $30 million.
Yeah.
Who
Jake Paul.
did he?
Oh,
Bro,
yeah,
I don't
Connor's
think
figured that shit
you
out.
can't train that hard. I feel like when you're Conor McGregor, like you just don't have the same drive.
You probably don't, but it's possible.
I don't think it's about training hard because, like, I think they'll train hard when they get in their camp, but it's about what you do in the off season because that's where you're really.
Yeah, like, I don't think- I don't-
the 6 months where you're not competing.
He's
or you're
on a
just-
yacht all the time. He's driving his Lambo yacht. Like,
Oh, he's there. He's training now. I mean, now he's in a camp with all the.
But
all
like
the
you
fighter
think,
guys.
but in the off season, you think he's really technically.
No, I mean, he
progressive.
also this is his first fight back since his shin exploded.
Yeah,
If
the
you-
first fight.
If
back,
you
yeah.
had
Yeah.
an insane amount of money, whatever that is.
I wouldn't
let's say-
train the way I train now for
Would you
sure.
would you even do
No.
jiu-jitsu? If you had, let's
Yes,
say, $1
I
billion
would.
Oh,
dollars,
I would train.
I would always train,
still
but
train.
as much? Would you
I
train
would
as much?
I would compete.
As much? Would you train still every day?
This is all. What else
Yeah,
you
I
gonna
don't know.
do?
I would still train.
I would train,
I would-
but I
I would-
don't think I would train as much. I think if I was prepared, I swear, I don't. I think I would. Yeah, I think
For
I would
sure.
like fucking travel and do crazy shit, bro. If you have infinite money, you're saying you would just wake up and go to the
Okay,
gym
okay.
every day. You're missing
Maybe.
it. It's
I
stupid.
would definitely work out every day.
I would
'cause
work
I'd
out
work
for
out every
sure.
day. I'd work
Yeah,
out
for
every day.
sure.
and
It's
it'd be
Jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu. That'd be
But like,
my
but like,
yeah,
I feel
but I
like
wouldn't
infinite
train
money.
as
All
hard.
of us
Like I
could
wouldn't
travel
like. It
everywhere
wouldn't be
together.
like I would be like
I
preparing
only
for
know
a
one
tournament.
way to train. If I train, I go.
Bro,
if I don't
know.
go, I don't
do
go.
the same, but I would still
What are you
like.
saying?
You're
I'm saying
we
you said
train-
train, but not that hard. There's only one way to train.
Okay, so
Damn.
you're telling me
Damn.
if you're preparing, let's say there's a match booked for like 2 months from now. Okay, you're gonna train hard for that fucking
Am I
match.
multimillionaire?
He does the same.
No. If there's no match booked, do you train as hard?
No.
You don't.
That's what I'm saying.
So
I feel
Look,
like you train
listen,
less.
listen. No, we still train hard, but we don't go to the gym. We don't fucking like eat. We don't live like fucking.
like, I go to the gym
monks.
every day.
This is what I mean. Though,
He knows
but,
what I mean.
I'm not putting out as much effort in the off season when I'm not
Yeah.
in camp because it's more about skill development. So you're putting yourself in different situations
Yeah.
and trying to
Yeah.
learn as opposed to working your A game where
Yeah.
you're subbing. See how many times you can sub this guy in and around.
Yes.
I just think if I had like infinite money, I would definitely be like not in one spot of the world. I would everywhere I would go, I would be training. I know what you mean,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't be like,
But we would train and we go hit the dune buggies. And
yeah,
then
we go dune buggies, or we go fucking skydive, or we fly to somewhere, or we go somewhere. Like I would be nowhere
Too
near
tempting.
as
Too
disciplined.
You get a
as
jumbo
I am.
jet, you toss your team on there.
That's what I'm saying. We train on the jumbo jet. We train on jumbo. That's not the same as training and fucking wake up.
High
in the-
altitude, bro. That's good.
And that's even harder. Exactly. Yeah.
Listen, just to buy, like, you obviously, you know people, you get to know them. you do what they're doing, right?
What are you talking about?
But let's say
I'm with you.
let's say you get a really like okay, I came over here today, and you offered me like a coffee, water, whatever, right? So you're at a certain economic level where you can afford to do that.
And milk. Did you see
Now,
that?
if you were a billionaire,
Did you see my
giving
spoon
you like I don't know, I'm losing my train of thought.
Jerking you off or something?
No.
What else can we do? here?
What did you say?
You were giving me coffee. Oh, I was giving you
Economic
coffee, and then
level.
you're.
Yeah, if you just knew somebody who's rich enough, you could do crazy things for them.
Oh, so you're saying have rich friends? Don't make the money yourself.
Definitely
Are
not
you-
a bad idea to have rich friends.
Oh yeah.
Are
When
you saying
we
that
were
your parents own a jet?
No.
No, that's not it.
Why
I
do you
don't
think
know.
we're friends with
Honestly,
you,
I'm
Bobby?
pretty muddled right now.
Why do you
Sorry?
think we're friends with you?
we have this notion that you're secretly a quadrillionaire, and it's fading. It's fading. We're starting to think we've made a terrible error.
Yeah.
He's like,
I
I've
just
duped
honestly,
these
I
guys.
don't
They're
care
wrong to me.
about.
You're wrong to me.
I was talking to Sal about this the other day. I'm like, I don't put too much thought about what I'm wearing, what I'm doing.
That's
I
good.
just kind of wake up and I get to noon, you know, and that's my only thing I have to worry about. Like,
Yeah.
just have to get to noon. Because if I
Get
don't
to
get
noon
to
session.
noon,
I think you'd
Then
be
that's a big
off
loss.
the rails if you didn't have jiu-jitsu. If you didn't
no,
have
you know
like
what it
a-
is? It's just when I come to Austin, my life
I
is
don't
so
believe it.
different.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
My life is so, you know, for sure. You know what? Having
You're,
a car.
is it because you're solo?
Yeah, man, but I also kind of part of me feels like I'm on a holiday.
Yeah.
When you're over here,
But
fucking
I'm here.
vacation.
Yeah, everything.
You're here for like 6 months.
I know, but
What are you doing?
sometimes I feel like life's kind of a bit like a holiday, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you know,
That's
and
the best
when
way to
you're-
live.
When you're filthy rich, I think life turns into just a big weekend. Like
Much
you're
better
just,
to be rich than not
Yeah,
rich.
for sure. That's a
So then, how do you think
Yeah.
some of these, like, boxers, like, we'll
Yeah.
say Ryan Garcia and Tank,
they
like,
stay disciplined. You
But
can
they're
stay disciplined.
multimillionaires.
Yeah, that's probably why a lot of them end up going off the rails. But the ones that you do see, like they're the like Mayweather. Like he got butt fuck loaded, and then he just kept winning. You know,
But fuck loaded.
butt fuck loaded. Yeah.
He must have a lot of money.
Yes. Anyway.
His butt.
Yes. This took
So
us.
he keeps it.
So you don't think you can be disciplined like those guys? You think Tank Davis is better than you and Ryan Garcia are better than you?
No.
They have
No,
more
it's better
mental
than me.
fortitude than you.
I just don't think. Well, also, you're not going to get that rich doing jujitsu. You're not going to get that. You're going to get like external things to make you money, sure, but you're not going to like. There's never going to be a cash prize in jiu-jitsu, at least not in.
No, the money will
Our
come
cr-
from entrepreneurship.
Yeah, the money comes from other shit. Like boxing is too.
Too big.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
think
big word, Nicky Rod. Well done.
entrepreneurship.
Could you spell
Entrepreneurship, of course,
entrepreneurship?
of course.
I think he
Is that
wants
a
you to
challenge?
spell
Is that a
it.
challenge?
You want it?
Spelling challenge.
I mean, if you wanted to spell it, I wouldn't say no.
We'll save the spelling bee. But
Craig's starting a podcast, right?
yeah.
I think it's gonna be good.
I reckon that could do.
I think it's
really
gonna be
well.
good.
Oh, dude, I think anything Craig does right now will blow up.
Yeah.
Like I don't
it's
think
good.
there's a single business that he could start that would probably fail right now.
No, there's a business he could start that would fit.
Like what?
B team, for example. No, I think like if Craig got into, well, actually no, if he put like a stupid ass logo on anything, like a coffee mug, it would probably sell.
Dude, I think he sells. I think he sells anything he touches right now.
It's crazy, like him in Australia, like
He's a
Wow.
celebrity.
huge.
Rockstar.
Yeah.
He just went to his Airbnb, and people started knocking. Someone was knocking on his door.
What?
Yeah,
That's
like,
cool.
are you crazy?
A homeless guy.
Recognize you.
Yeah.
That's some woman. Yeah. But
Maybe
I think people are.
Really? Maybe don't say.
No, it's just a passerby, a random passerby.
Craig's like,
That
shut the
was
fuck
it.
up, Bobby. yeah, it's just a passerby. Yeah.
Edit.
He's sweating.
I'm telling you, it's a benign story, but
It's a benign story. What's benign mean?
But like are they like binoculars?
wait
Help
a
you
second.
zoom in.
How would that relate to my story?
Like you can't zoom into that. How does that
But
fit
there
in
was
the
no
context?
binoculars
You
in
can
my
pay more attention. What? You take
It
this
means
way so abstract.
non-cancerous. It's a non-cancerous story. That's what it means.
No.
Yeah, it means benign is non-cancerous.
Benign is like just.
It means like a
non-malignant. It's like
non-
opposite. I mean, I guess.
Oh wait, no,
malignant is also
benign. It's
used-
benign.
It's
meaning
harmless.
non-cancerous.
Harmless.
Yeah, harmless.
Benign is
Yeah.
harmless.
Yeah, benigna.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Binoculars.
Yo, how was? I'm getting through the Lex podcast, and man, you and him interacting is my absolute favorite part. You-
What was
like-
said? What was said?
We have it's an interesting chemistry. For
Yeah,
sure.
it's a
He's
good
just
dynamic.
like a
Yeah.
super genius, and I'm just like a.
You're just a simple
weightlifter.
man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna injure
Yeah.
him.
regular
I'm
guy.
gonna see him at an open mat just to get some clout. Rip an ankle. That's the way. That's how I'm gonna get on the podcast.
That's how I'm gonna get on the podcast.
That's why I did that to a famous comedian in Melbourne once.
And you got on
This
his
guy was
podcast.
way more. No, I did not.
It didn't work.
That guy doesn't want to come near me no more. He'd get a restraining order.
It's a horrible way to make friends.
You want to hear a crazy story? Should I tell it?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yes.
We'll debate later if we want to keep it or not.
Yeah. We can always. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, when I was like 18, right, I left where I was living to go train with Giles in Melbourne.
Okay.
Right? Probably the finest city in Australia. It's the second
Melbourne.
biggest after Sydney, but Melbourne, you can do a lot of things in Melbourne.
All right.
I'm there, and we would have like a pro class somewhere around noon or something. And there was this Indian dude who was also training at the gym. And the way I met him was he had a Indian son, so I was talking to the kid, and he ended up talking to me. And this guy was just a weird guy. Seemed like he had a lot of money. He would come in with this hot chick all the time, and he would only do privates with the coaches. He would never do group classes. So some of the fights would just hold pads for him and stuff. One day, he comes into the middle of the pro session, right? He's walking around, whatever, the session ends. Him and I start talking. And he says to me something like, oh, look, grappling is not very realistic for self-defense. Mm-hmm. You should do striking. You should learn striking. And I'm like, oh, look, I do security, whatever. I see, because at the time I was working weekends a lot. And I just run up behind people and throw a rear naked choke. And I was fucking undefeated. You know what I mean? I was doing great. I was like 65 kgs, like tiny. And he's like, yeah, cool. He goes, I'm a karate black belt. Mm-hmm. I could knock you out. That's what he says to me. I'm like, what? I'm like,
This is in the gym, in the jiu-jitsu gym?
in the jiu-jitsu gym. Right?
He so basically comes up to you. He's like, this grappling stuff doesn't work. I could knock you out.
Bro, at Giles' gym in St Kilda, which is like one of the top jiu-jitsu gyms in Australia. At least at that time when there was a bunch of, even now, a very good gym. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so I said to him, he was like a weird dude. He always flexed his money and stuff. He goes to me, I'm getting a little lost. He starts kicking me.
So now you guys are fighting?
So he's attacking you?
He's like, he just kind of chin checks me a little bit. And I'm thinking this is whatever. He's like, you feel my power? That's what he says to me. And I'm like, I'm still joking. I'm like, how about you put on gloves and you try to knock me out and I'll try to use jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
He walks over and bro, his girlfriend is watching. There's only a couple people around.
His girlfriend's watching?
His girlfriend's watching. She would always come in with him to train.
Better and better.
Okay.
All right.
So he goes over, he puts his gloves on, bang, comes up, and I'm still laughing, whatever, and he starts swinging haymakers
Of course.
at me. Like the first punch went by, and I was like, whoa, this is serious?
His goal is to knock you out.
Yeah, he's just lost his fucking shit.
No, that was his plan.
I just shoot a double, immediately put him on his back, and I've mounted him.
And he has
Real
no
quick,
idea.
I like how Bobby was like, he's completely lost his shit, but you rewind. You're like, how about you put gloves on and try to knock me out? This guy's crazy.
Yeah. He's actually trying. Oh shit.
But I was joking.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
whatever. So you double like him, and then
I double leg him, I mount him. And that's when I realized, because this all happened pretty quickly. I'm like, this guy just tried to fucking hit me really hard. Now I'm in mount,
Now
What do
you
you do?
could.
And I don't hit him or anything. I just start smothering him and I smother tap him.
Oh, okay.
So
I
then
think
I'm
that's
like,
the right thing
then
to do.
Then I say to him,
yeah.
I go, look, maybe
That's fair.
I got lucky the first time. Let's try again.
Your confidence is through the roof.
I'm 18, 19.
Okay.
Like I'm fucking a year younger than Jay, you know?
Okay.
And I'm tiny, bro. You wouldn't believe what I look like.
The same height, but like 20 pounds lighter.
Yeah, tiny,
Yeah.
skinny as anything, and like, long hair, like looking ridiculous.
Oh,
You ever see this guy
fuck.
with long hair?
I had like a.
I
had
saw
a
a
bun.
video, yeah.
Bro.
Anyway, I end up. I do it again. Then I lie down. And one of the times I tap him a few times. Then I lie down on my back. I'm like, you want to start like this? Like I'll start playing, and he's like, no, I'm good. And then he says to me, oh, I guess I gotta learn jiu-jitsu. That's what he says to me, right? And I'm like, cool. So we're about to step off the mat. As we're coming off, he goes, but that would have been different if we were on concrete. And I'm like, at that point, I'm like, this guy is not a rational actor.
So
Because even though I just submitted him 7 times, I'm way smaller than him. He's still in his my ego thing, and I'm just like, yeah, cool, bro, maybe, yeah, okay. I haven't
what are
done
you
that,
gonna-
maybe. But
Should have been like,
whatever.
all right.
And
let's
but
go
in my mind,
outside.
I'm like, if I double leg you on concrete, you know.
Just
But
watch
anyway,
your head,
whatever.
just watch your head.
That guy leaves. One of the people who work behind the desk, they pull me over.
Yeah.
They go, Bobby, do you know who that guy is? I'm like, no. They're like, come over here. They Google the guy.
Oh, he's
Steven
like a
Seagal.
billionaire or something, or
I
like
remember this story.
Bro, this guy
what?
was a murderer.
Oh.
I won't go into
Oh.
the details. This guy had been on trial and shit for murder.
Oh,
He'd killed a dude. It was known. He was like a bit
Kill
of
the
a-
dude.
Bro.
Challenging karate
yeah.
versus jiu-jitsu.
So I'm just like, and I remember it was
it's a straight fight challenge.
It made me feel a little bit whatever, but I was like, what's he gonna do? Kill me? You know, it's not easy to kill people all the time. I just
Oh,
imagine.
he did and got away with it. I
Well,
guess.
once, you know, but it must have been
Didn't get away
anyway.
with it. Clearly, it's on the internet.
Anyway,
Well,
look,
he's out there free. He's
a little while passes, and he tells one of the coaches, he goes, Bobby jumped me.
Oh wow, he tried
And
to spin it like you attacked
Yeah,
him.
I attacked him.
Whoa,
And I got injured. The guy said.
the guy said he
Yeah.
got injured.
Oh,
You
he tried to sue?
Tell Bobby, I'm gonna put a fucking bullet in him.
How long ago was this? You were 18.
Bro, years ago.
So what'd you do?
Was a target on your back still?
Bro, I started to think this guy was gonna kill me.
I mean, he might.
Hold on. I started changing.
That's a good reason to start thinking somebody might try
Yeah,
to kill
I
you.
started.
That's
I
a very
agree with that
valid-
thought. Yeah.
I started.
He's like, that moment when he said,
A registered murderer said he was going to kill me, and then dawned on me.
Bro, I started changing. I started training at a different gym. I would change my routes to and from training. If I got
Cut
stuck,
your hair short.
If I got stuck in, no, I couldn't do that. If I got stuck in traffic, I would like get nervous, right? I worked a security job instead of standing at the door. I started like sitting in the bar.
but then you're fine, right?
I'm fine.
It's been years. What?
Dude.
How many years? How old are you now?
Many years. Eventually,
many years.
I
Okay.
figured it out,
They're good.
yeah.
Bro, I found out Nicky Rod got into a fist fight.
Oh.
What?
He got
What?
into a fist
Oh
fight.
yeah, the day I met my girl's parents.
Recently?
No,
this
this
was-
is
this was,
back in like high school or something.
Yeah. So
You got to fight with her parents?
so
All right. Okay, go on.
so it's one of my lady's brother's friends, right? He was like when I was a freshman in high school, he was like our football coach, and yeah, pretty much we were like in the backyard. It was like summertime, and we're all just hanging out with a few friends, and the talk of who's tougher comes up. He was
Oh, boy.
I'm a football player. You're a wrestler. If a football player fought a wrestler, the football player would win.
Oh my God.
Oh, what?
You have to
like bend the honor.
He's like, all right, I'll be right back. Comes on the scene. The other guy's wearing football gear. Right. Okay, so yeah, that's very justifiable.
Yeah.
You know, you could.
So I was like, no, you're wrong.
Oh, you're wrong.
He was like, oh, well, we should box. I was like,
What?
I was like, all right, we don't have any gloves. He's like, doesn't matter.
Okay.
I was like, all right, well, I mean, I'm not going to box you, but
I'm gonna
I'll
take-
fight you. He was like,
Damn.
He was like, no, let's box. I was like, listen, we can fight if you want. He was like, all right, let's fight. So we go down and walk on the grass, and he faces me. He puts his hands up, and as he's putting his hands up, I just shoot a double or a single leg. Actually, run the pipe down
Probably
to the
just
ground.
falls over, yeah.
Two overhand rights, one to each eye. Broke both eye sockets. Broke my hand, and He's never saw the sun again.
Imagine the guy was just like, I think
the
guy
guy,
like, all right, let's go fucking fight.
the kid was 12.
I did it for the
the kid was 12. How old were you?
Yeah.
He was 18.
What? Of course.
No. He's joking.
It wouldn't surprise me.
You said that way too seriously.
It would not surprise me.
No, he was my football coach when I was in high school.
He was 80 years old.
Yeah. No, so he was a younger kid.
He had dementia.
Yeah. No,
All right.
He was like probably all going on 30 at the time. 20.
What do you weigh?
Oh, he was. He's like 6'6", 250, big
Skinny
hefty.
dude. He's like, oh yeah, but
He was huge. He was huge. Yeah.
45 pounds.
Wow. Hey, you fucked the guy up. Good. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
but you
insane.
broke
Broke my hand. Yeah.
So he fucked you up.
With his face. Yeah.
Okay.
One time, I used to work at this. I used to work at this bar in Hawthorne. A lot of rich kids would come. They'd wear blazers, real nice clothes and stuff.
Blazers.
And they're all
What's
like
a blazer?
like the.
It's from Jersey.
Blazer.
Is it a
Dude,
suit
blazer. I'm from Jersey too.
Suit
I know what
jacket.
blazer is.
Blazer jacket, yeah.
Is a blazer that thing you wear around your neck when you're golfing?
Suit jacket.
Around your neck? You mean
Yeah.
like a
We've
shirt?
established-
No, they put sweaters around their
Listen,
their
I'm
shoulders.
sorry.
Oh, a cardigan?
Cardigan.
It's
Hey,
a cardigan.
It's a blazer,
Listen,
right?
I'm listening.
We have to move on. It's been established a blazer is a suit jacket.
He's still not on the same page.
All right, we're
Go
on
on,
the same
go
page.
on.
Go.
And he did something. They always would. It would be the same thing. It'd be like, guy doesn't want to pay for his drink. Guy doesn't want to leave.
Okay.
Or sometimes it'd just be like, a bartender chick gets annoyed with some dude. She doesn't want him in there. So I go up to him. I'm like, listen, you got to leave or whatever. He's like, he doesn't want to leave. So we end up wrestling. And I would always look at the footage. I would get good wrestling position. Like I'd get body locks and stuff. But I just didn't have the strength to finish techniques. So I'd always have to end up pulling some form of almost half guard.
And then
coming
wrestle
on top.
up.
Yeah, it was like, it was
yeah.
terrible. Like really, but somehow I would make it work.
I remember there was a video that I saw of you. You were bouncing or whatever. You got into like a little scuffle.
This was one of them. I ended up
Okay.
mounting him. But I would end up in good position because they were drunk and they knew nothing.
Yeah.
And I got cross lapel choke. Like I remember I put my in the gym we would put our head on the mat, like forehead on the mat, and I had my fucking head on like the floor, like the shitty fucking
Concrete floor or whatever.
But I strangled him unconscious.
Sick.
Then I get up and the other security guard grabs all his stuff, and I'm like, fuck. Now I've got to drag his limp body outside. That's my plan. But it's hard. I'm too small.
He's gonna wake up in 3 seconds.
Yeah, he's gonna be. I have to
So
dispose of the body.
hide the evidence.
But that's what happened. I drag him.
Well, no use in letting him suffer.
That's what I did. I would drag him. He would wake up.
You take a fucking pitchfork to the dome.
Sorry. I would have to strangle him again. So he would wake up, and I would drag him, and then I swear.
You definitely didn't have to
Kids
do
in the
that.
guy that's video. I just want to go home.
I'm done. I have a wife and kids.
I want to go home.
Shut up. Don't make this harder than it
I
has to
choked him.
be.
I
Bobby's
choked
crying.
him
He's-
unconscious 3 or 4 times in a row.
Why?
Why?
While I'm grabbing him by his collar.
Why
and
not
belt.
just let him up and
No,
go?
I'm dragging him by his collar.
Not explaining. He's just like, no.
I had to. I had to tell you. I'm just trying to tell you what happened. I dragged him by his collar and his belt outside after the statute of limitations. On this,
Bro, how long was he awake for before you put him back to sleep?
no, you only remember it's not a very
eyes
long.
open.
He twitched. Listen, it's not a. I can probably get a hold of the video. It's not a very.
You
long,
might have to in a kind of court
Not
case.
that
Yeah,
there is
court
a
of
video,
law.
allegedly, you know what I mean? But it wasn't a very long distance. The other
It's
thing
like
was
2 feet.
the craziest part was no, it was a few times. But his buddy,
How long can you put somebody to sleep? How many times can you put
Bro,
somebody to sleep
he's-
before they don't wake up?
his buddy,
Yeah, that's a-
no, he was fine.
His buddy
His buddy was watching and didn't do shit and was just like, oh, you shouldn't do that and stuff. Like his buddy didn't do anything to save him.
That's not his buddy, man.
When I
That's-
dragged him into
not
outside
your
the
buddy,
bar,
guy.
when
a
I
guy
dragged
friend.
him outside the bar, I took my phone out and I took pictures of him.
What?
Yeah, and I
Why?
sent it to my boss. I was like, bam, bro. So then I took the footage and I sent
Still
it.
asleep?
I sent it. I sent it to a couple of people. I sent it to.
You said to some
I
girls?
sent it to Craig. Craig was like,
Oh.
"Fuck yeah!" And then I
You
sent
for
it-
sure. I feel like you did this, and you're like, I need to drag this guy out and send a picture to my boss so he sees
So
that
I have to put him unconscious again.
Yes, I have to keep him half
was like
dead
3
so I can prove that I'm like doing my job or something. Like it was, dude.
You should be in prison.
I think you gave that man permanent brain damage.
No, he was
no. I think
I met him the next
You think
day.
it's fine? You think strangling someone unconscious 3 times within like 5 or 10 minutes doesn't do any harm?
I think he's okay. Yeah.
I think he's good.
Bro,
I think-
I'll be honest.
imagine you just
I'll be
about to
honest.
wake up and get put back to sleep. No, bro. You get 1 second of fight, you're like,
Listen, I
my
reset
God.
it. Factory reset.
Yeah, you were smashing that
It's like
reset
I was at
button.
the iPhone store. You know what I mean? Like a Chinese person at the iPhone. It was probably good for him. It was like yoga.
no way.
Bro,
Yeah.
Bro, that's
That's
blood.
all.
That's blood
hang on,
restriction.
1 second.
That's
all,
like flickering
That's all
the
comedy, by the way. That's all fake.
yeah, just
That's my next.
asterisk.
Come watch me at the mothership. No, I wish.
The mothership, is that Joe Rogan's thing?
You gonna be on there?
It's open now. It's open.
There's gonna be an open
booked for
mic.
6 months,
There's gonna
right?
be an open mic. I think once a week. That's what I'm hearing.
Wow.
Are you on Kill Tony?
I'm on Kill Tony.
When?
Oh,
I think it's out in 2 weeks.
nice.
Wait, you already did it.
I've already
Yeah,
done it,
yeah.
but they're filming
Oh,
them. Yeah.
what?
How'd it go?
Yeah, it was sick. I had this. It was a
bombed,
day.
completely
It
bombed.
I
was
mean,
the-
some people, it's still funny
I know.
when they bomb.
It was a day after Asari.
So,
So I needed. I was a bit down. I needed a bit of a. And then my buddy, one of my comedian friends, just offered Cameron offered to take me there. So he picked me up, took me there, and I was literally in a rotation of comics outside because I didn't have my ID, so they wouldn't let me in to watch the show. I had to stand
Really?
outside. Yeah. But they said if you get called up, we'll yell your name. So be around. Bro, there's like homeless. It's on 6th Street. Homeless
yeah.
people are doing
Filthy
weird
street.
dances. This guy was doing a tribal dance. It was crazy. These guys look like they're possessed, bro.
So
By
you
spirits.
get on.
I was in the rotation of comics.
you were out there?
We were
Yeah.
passing a jail.
Outside?
Yeah, outside. Like, and this was deep. Like,
Guy comes out,
I
screams
was
your
off,
name.
and a guy just yells. He's like, "Bobby Sandhu," and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, throwing my hoodie, but because I was so unexpected, like I've been in Austin for 6 months already on trips, going there all the time. I've never been on. So to go there
Yeah.
the first time on this trip, I wouldn't have expected.
You were
it.
not expecting it to happen. Boom, they call
So
your
I
name.
was just so chill.
So you get in
I was
there.
pretty like I was still my opening joke or whatever, my premise. I could hear my voice kind of like almost like
Shake a little bit?
shake a little bit.
Yeah.
But then I immediately I
Calmed into it.
felt good, and then the
Nice.
interview I was very calm, and they even said it. They're like, "You seem really chill, laid back," and I was like, "Yeah."
I can't wait to watch this, man.
Yeah.
funny, yeah.
Was it funny though? Was it funny?
It did good. It,
did well?
wasn't.
Okay,
Yeah.
good, you
I
did.
don't want
How,
to be
you get like
oh,
1 minute?
1 minute. 1 minute.
1 minute.
Literally
yeah.
1 minute?
Wow.
But you get a conversation afterwards, especially
Yeah,
if it's
yeah, you
good.
get,
the
like,
kids go,
Dude.
The advice was really good.
John Papagiannou.
I don't know.
Yeah.
John, Father John, whatever.
I did
The
way
guy that
better
was
than
on our
John. I
podcast.
did way better than John. He's like-
Did you?
Oh,
Bro, his was
John? Dude, John's was good. Yeah.
funny, man.
No, I'm talking shit. John was there. He was in the green
Oh,
room.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so I was coming off. I was supposed to not be there, and then I was coming off, and then I ran to John. I hung out with the guys afterwards.
Cool.
It was pretty sick.
Dude, John's was funny.
John broke his finger in one of my classes at night. He was like,
Oh, he
"Oh,
sucks.
shit."
He's terrible at jiu-jitsu as well.
No,
He's so bad, bro. I can't
Anyway,
believe it.
Didn't he
And,
just tear
I
broke
fucking-
his finger? I thought he just tore his MCL or something.
Well, that's a more serious thing. But I was just he was training and like his finger was like bent up, and I just like
You fixed it.
I
You
fixed
told
it
me
right
this.
there. Yeah, it was.
What?
Yeah. He
Really?
he's like, "Oh shit! Anyone know how to fix this?" And I'm like, "Oh." And I just yank on it.
Make
go
straight.
Click.
Yeah.
Really?
It worked.
Yeah. Fuck, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it
never
makes
done
sense.
that.
Just put it back in.
Yeah. Well, I was trying it first, and it wasn't the right way. He was like, stop. And I'm like, I go like this. I'm like, now let me try again. And I go like, and it just worked.
Do you
So
push
instead
it back
of,
or do you
instead
pull?
of just bending it, you have to like
pull it first.
Bend it further, pull, and then.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
But that worked.
Wow. So the middle right here.
No, like this one.
Oh, the end
I
of it.
think it was his.
Wow.
Yeah, the
Wow, that
external digit.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
hurts
I
me
did
just
that
thinking about
once
it.
before on Liam when I was. Yeah. I
Oh,
was-
really?
Me and him were. I think he like took my phone or like he was like running, and I'm like, give it back. And he went to go lock himself in the bathroom.
Did you close the door?
I Spartan kicked the door because if he gets in there and he locks it, I'm fucked. So I was like chasing him down the hallway, and I Spartan kicked the door, and he went to go hit the door closed like that.
No.
The door goes flying
No.
back into I think it was, I don't know if it was his index or his pinky, but one of them, it was like that.
Oh.
And I did the same thing. I was like, oh, shit.
Don't tell mom.
Click. And yeah, well, yeah. Anyway.
You know what
That's
a
it.
pedestal drill is? Pedestal drill?
No.
Is that the one where
You know, like,
crank
did
it?
you guys have woodwork in school where they teach you how to fuck the finger?
Not my high school.
In
I know how to use
Australia,
a saw though.
in Australia
forth,
they
right?
teach you a
Yeah.
bunch of
Yeah.
shit, like, you know, a little bit of like trades and stuff.
Okay, so what's the...
And I had a piece of wood and I was like trying to drill a hole in it. There's like a power drill, like a big drill, and you have to wind it up.
Uh-huh.
And it's like a lot of like tension in it. Like
To wind it up, it's a power drill.
as you wind
You're
it,
the power.
so as I pull or wind it, the drill bit will drop.
Okay.
Every
It's
story you give us, we have to ask so many questions along the way.
Because I'm from a different world.
You are in a different world.
No, Australia is a different world. Don't
Okay,
make it
keep
seem
going.
like-
Come
anyway.
on, let's get it out.
So I'm
Every
winding
Bobby
up.
story is like 30 minutes long.
I'm winding up.
Because there's so
So
many
you
questions.
got a pan for gold.
Come on. Go on.
Okay,
A lot
I
of
get
it
it now. I
isn't
get
gonna
it.
be gold. A lot of it isn't gonna be. You know what I mean? I'm trying.
A lot of shit.
This is not, for example. This is
If the detour's too long, I'm gonna forget what I'm talking about.
yeah, go.
What was I talking about?
Power drill.
Power drill.
And you probably
And,
broke your
and
finger.
there was a
I'm
rule.
guessing.
There could only be one person in the box at a time. But my buddy was trying to use it, and I wanted to use it, so we were kind of like,
Shoulder to shoulder.
we were like, yeah, wrestling
Let me use
around.
the drill.
But I had a hold of that.
Oh no!
You know what I mean?
This is good. This is gonna be
You
good.
gotta
This is gonna
remember, I'm strategic like that. I play, you know.
be good. Yeah. You choked him unconscious.
No, I've tried. No, I didn't. No. I had that wound up.
Yeah.
So then I just let go of it.
Wait. So it like came
Not
down.
the drill. I'm not that retarded. I wouldn't drop a drill bit on him. But there was just tension on the handle. And the handle, it was wound.
Oh, it goes.
Just remember, yeah, it goes like that. So it went into his face. Which I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know if I didn't want it to hit his head. I don't know. Maybe I've been known
You
to
just
injure
saw
people.
that it was gonna go, so you just
Yeah.
let it go, and it.
Yeah, I've been known.
All
I've
right.
had a few accidents. I've dropped a guy rock climbing. I did incident with Nicky. I've almost hurt a lot of people.
Okay, so
And it just smashed him like in the mouth.
You shot his gun accidentally.
No, let's not talk about that.
that's NickyRods. This
There was an issue at the firing range.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
So-
is that the story? You fucked the guy's face up?
Just the truth, it wasn't a big deal.
right,
It wasn't a
okay.
big deal.
Okay,
so
that's funny.
we decide a few months back, maybe a year ago, I forget.
So his memory could be shady.
Yeah.
So
the court took
obviously,
knowledge. After a
Bobby
year, it
is
doesn't count as
from
an open
Australia. They don't have guns out there.
Bullshit. I've been shooting every day of my life.
So Nicky Rod and I decide to take him and a couple of guys to the range here in Austin, right? There's like some Canadians, whatever. They're fine. Bobby, the idiot that he is trying to shoot this gun.
How dare you?
No. We have to let it be known that we are very safe.
Damien's a safety expertise.
I-
First of all, Nicky Rod, your gun had like a 15-round magazine. And Nicky Rod would give me like 6 rounds at a time to shoot.
No, so it was actually our buddy Gundle's gun, a 45.
I swear it
not
was
a nine-
yours.
Nope. It was because it's a big 45. It's a heavy kick.
No. It was one of your guns because I was asking you for advice because of Jen.
I think it was the P320, but I don't know. Anyways, so Bobby is trying to fucking shoot.
See, the story's
And then-
so much.
and
The
then listen,
details
he goes, Nicky Rod, why is it not shooting? He points to the gun in the ceiling, pulls the trigger, shoots the ceiling.
He's like, it's not working. Click.
It was
Oh.
a practical joke. It was.
It was a prank.
I'm
It
just
was just a
testing
prank.
you guys. I gotta work on my craft, guys.
Yeah,
You know, what's up.
fucking hell, man. I never been
Anyway.
back to the range after that, just so you know.
Yeah, outdoor.
I refuse to go to indoor ranges now because of that. Because there's people like you at the range.
I don't even
If
know
you
this
think
happened.
you're in like a concrete room and some guy shoots off a fucking round, you think it bounces off enough times to like?
No,
Probably.
I mean, it
I
could
think
ricochet.
ricochet is real.
It
Yeah,
could
ricochet. Like, if
ricochet.
it hits, like,
or
one wall-
he could just point it at you by accident and pull the trigger.
By
Are
That's
you
the
that
thing.
dumb? Yeah, by accident.
He shot the fucking ceiling.
Sometimes you have to do things for your duty.
You gotta
for
scare
your
your
country. You gotta be ready to commit sometimes. Would you in a war? Would you if America was attacked?
Would you what?
Would I
If it was like
Would I
fucking
shoot someone
like
if
World War
America
II,
was attacked?
Japanese trying to do a land invasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in a war,
Dude, hell
you do
yeah.
it? Would you do it?
Bro, I'd call up my fucking buddies and be like, let's
Yeah.
fucking go. It's go time.
Would you, Nicky
Let's
Rod,
go.
Would you fight?
What's the question?
We get invaded. You shoot
another
motherfuckers?
country?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like
We've been waiting for this.
Dude, it's time. It's time.
It's finally happening. Yeah, definitely.
We all
I think
fighting.
America's like over prepared for invasion.
My
enemy.
grandma's picking up a pistol. you
Yeah.
feel me? We
Dude,
all
it'd
shoot.
be fucking guns blazing, bro.
Do you think like a major war breaks out in our lifetime?
I think
Wow.
so. I honestly
think
think
so?
soon. I think soon.
Russia?
Russia, China. Yeah, I think.
I
I think in our lifetime for sure.
I have no fucking idea.
I really
I
hope
think
not.
so. I know. I really think
COVID
so.
was enough.
I think
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna be
hope
soon.
As long as it's not a nuclear war, it
Nuclear.
probably won't.
nuclear.
It's always look.
George Bush.
The ante is always
Nuclear.
up.
Yeah.
Huh?
It always gets like the
It
more
antes
recent
up.
wars. Yeah, getting crazy.
Yeah, getting pretty crazy.
How crazy was what the Mongols killed as many people
What,
as
you're
died in
saying
World
Chinese?
War II? The Mongols.
You guys
I'm
know
pretty
what
sure.
But was it?
And
how did they
that's-
kill? Was it via famine? Famine, right?
No
How did they-
fucking horse archer on a boat.
No, is that where the deaths? I think a big was from famine. I think.
But they
could be
had
wrong.
I have no
I think they
piles.
starved a bunch, and that's how.
That's
Like,
mainly Genghis Khan, right?
You know Marco Polo.
Genghis,
Nah,
yeah,
even
Genghis.
his
Gangnam
Gangnam
style.
Well, how you say
Genghis
it?
Khan.
No,
That's
it's like
right,
Genghis
that's
or
right.
Genghis.
His
Genghis
sons
Khan.
were
Genghis
very
Khan. Yeah, you got it
So
right.
I was correct?
You got it right. You got
But
it
you
right.
still made fun of me.
I didn't make fun of you.
I did.
He
I'm
did,
sorry,
and
I'm sorry,
I made
I'm
fun
sorry.
of the making fun.
I
of
thought it was funny.
I'm pretty sure. I think it was Marco Polo, or maybe another one of the first Europeans who was going into
Ralph
Asia.
Lauren.
He said
Marc
he said he looked in the
Versace.
distance.
Yeah.
He said he could smell an awful smell, like terrible smell. He looked in the distance, and he thought it was a snow-covered mountain. But when he got closer, it was just a pile of bones.
Bodies of bones.
Maybe he just has bad eyesight. He's just
Fuck.
like
Oh, Bobby, why'd you cut your hair?
Bobby's a Sikh who used to have long hair and wear a turban all the time.
yeah, could put a photo up.
Why did you go against your people?
I think jiu-jitsu. It's kind of hard. Having long hair.
You were doing jujitsu when you had long hair.
I did. I think my views changed a little bit too. I just think I was like, are we really the only ones who have this shit figured out? Like, are we really sure about this?
What's
Yeah.
the lo-
So,
yeah,
so
you-
would you consider yourself less religious than you were previously?
I've looked into like different religions as well, right? And the Buddhist, a Buddhist monk shaves his head, and then some people will grow.
Why? To be closer to God?
Yeah, to be closer to God, to follow their religious duties. Some people will grow, like Hindus will grow like a little rat's tail, Muslims will just shave their mustache. So I was like, if it's the same God or if it's whatever, how can they be all?
If you shave your mustache and you have a red tail, you're both.
What's more likely? Are they all right? Are some of them right, some of them wrong, or are they all wrong? That's one of those.
And you chose what?
I was leaning more towards the latter. I was like, this stuff doesn't make sense. Like even like some people say women you can't even see their face and hands.
Yeah.
Some people say no, like the face is okay, but everything else.
Yeah.
And then some people,
Butterface.
women are wearing bikinis, and some people like Hindus, they'll have. So it doesn't make sense. All these rules, I think, are just
Man-made.
cultural conditioning. Yeah, it's just like culture doesn't. We shake hands. We do a lot of things. It's just out of habit, like some sort of. I don't think there's a ultimate.
You guys have any
Right or wrong,
weird things in your religion? Like I heard somewhere that Jews have to have sex like in a blanket, like between them. Can't see
Yeah,
the woman.
like a ghost. Only on Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean they have to have sex in a blanket?
I've heard that.
I've heard that's not true.
Yeah. I think that's. I don't know where it came from, but it came from somewhere. I don't think it's true, but yeah,
it
I've
came
heard.
from the Torah.
Yeah.
A hole
maybe.
in the sheets. I've heard.
Yeah.
is the method.
Wait, they
like-
had to have sex through the sheet.
Through a hole in the
So
sheet.
There's no skin-to-skin contact or something.
Something like that. It's a loophole. We're all about loopholes in Judaism.
Dude, the Mormons. Have you heard of fundamentalist Mormons?
Fundamentalist. Remind me.
So
Yeah,
like,
I've heard of it. Yeah, remind me.
So apparently,
Well, they believe they're going to be gods.
anyway, according to this
Well,
Netflix,
what's the name of the the founder of Mormonism?
I don't know.
I did learn something about this.
Joseph Stalin.
I just laughed at how he said Joseph Stalin.
To your point, what was your point about it?
So the
They believe they're
mainstream
gonna be
Mormon
gods,
church, they don't have polygamy, so they're pretty like tame religion now, right? Like,
But fundamentalist.
but the fundamentalists, they still do the whole polygamy thing. They think
Yeah,
you
yeah,
should
like
have
multiple wives.
many wives, and that's hey, you like God loves
Well,
that. That's how you get to
because
the highest heaven.
the men, I
become
think
gods.
after they will become gods, but women,
Yes.
there's nothing.
No,
it
there's
doesn't
nothing.
say anything.
Yeah, if you have enough wives, you will literally become a god after death. That's what they believe.
yeah.
So there was this one of their leaders got to 85, and this is the thing is you get assigned a wife. It's not like you can just take a wife. The leader
just-
will assign. It's a
boom.
cult. It's like a society commune, but the leader will only assign you a wife if you produce daughters and give your daughters to the leader. But the leader's
God, that's
also
so fucked up.
like 87.
Oh, so he's just
So
like.
they're marrying
Oh
off like
my
their
God.
20-year-old daughters, who like bro. It's
Yeah, I watched
fucking-
something about that.
It's,
People are
it's
so
on Netflix.
fucked
Yeah,
up.
maybe I think I watched the same thing. Yeah, I remember.
Is that
He
still
would kiss.
happening?
He would.
No,
well,
they got onto it.
Like someone
this
caught
one-
on.
well, I think he died. I think-
Hold on a second. I see what you're. Religion. Okay.
I think he would they all lived in like the same house or whatever, and he would go. The women would stand outside like their door or whatever, and he would kiss them all good night.
Yeah.
or whatever.
And then we'd be like, "It's your turn."
Yeah.
God.
My lips be dry after that.
But if you're smoking reefer hard, that was a strong man. Maybe he was. Maybe there was something to him.
Brother.
How that's crazy that like one man was able to tell 85 or however many fucking wives that he had. I forget the number.
Bro, he controlled the
Well,
society.
he was rich.
How do you do that?
Bro,
Well,
look
yeah,
at
a lot of
Iran.
Mormons are very
And if
wealthy.
you're just born into it, you don't know any better. They get like all the adults. You're a kid growing up learning how to
just
speak.
grooming. You groom
Yeah,
it.
they're groomed into it. You're not gonna.
It's like the same
know
thing in
any
Waco. What were they? Branch
Yeah.
Davidians, I think they were called.
Bro, yeah,
Dude,
know,
he
but yeah.
convinced these guys, other grown men.
That's crazy. If you're a
he can-
grown ass man,
well,
you've had life experience, and then you get brainwashed. You're fucking
Listen to this.
dumb as rocks.
He said.
I think.
What the fuck? It was the Branch Davidians. His name was something. David.
David Davinian.
Anyways, he had convinced these grown men that he was.
That's a good guess. Maybe I'm right.
He goes, I will take the. Listen.
It was really funny. Let's laugh. It's okay. It was
Who
funny.
guesses a random name?
He goes.
Better than nothing. Oh,
This
Double D for
motherfucker.
short.
I hate everyone.
I know it sucks. It sucks.
You gotta go.
Ethan is the worst.
Listen.
the best.
So,
Ethan is
go,
the worst.
go.
So he had convinced
sorry.
grown men that he was taking the burden of sex on.
Oh,
So
that's
none
what I
of,
wanna
none
be
of
told.
those, none of the guys in the
Give
Branch
it to me.
Davidians, none of the guys in the Branch Davidians had sex, and he would have sex with their wives.
Very nice of him.
How do you convince grown men?
idea.
What are you doing, Bobby?
I'm good.
Give me-
I'm good.
It's still half off. It's
Hey,
been half
I
off
got it.
this entire thing.
How?
I know. How did that
Why are
happen?
you even
If you wanna
touching
play-
that?
You could grab it from here. Probably
Yeah,
easier for you.
grab here.
He's like. Give me the fucking like.
It's fine.
At one point, you were like this.
What? Did you undo it?
I'm telling you.
We've never had a problem with this mic.
I know. There we
Bobby.
go. One. Shit. Hold on. Two. It still looks fucked up.
It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
totally
fine.
It's like the guy. I choked
Don't
out.
touch the mic.
Stop touching the fucking
Don't touch
microphone.
it.
Okay, we're good. Hold it from the. No. Yeah. He's like.
Right after you said
He's like. No, no. Okay.
Damien, you remember the dog?
He did it.
I want to touch it. Damien, you remember the
What's up?
remember the dog? I think that's how I've seen you laugh the most.
the dog.
When I did the Muay Thai with the. Remember?
Oh, you remember? What did you kick the dog or
No,
something?
no. That's an inside joke. Inside joke.
What? Refresh. I remember the thing. We're at Aaron's old house. We're at Aaron's
That's
old house.
okay. I just wanted
Oh,
to see your face.
he's scared of dogs.
Yeah, you were scared of dogs.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah, Bobby is
Don't tell
def-
people my fear.
my weakness.
So
I saw you stiffen up today when you saw my Frenchie.
Yeah, yes, tiny little phrase. Like, get away from me.
No,
get
I
away.
would kill your dog easily. If I had to.
You'll take a toe though.
No, you would not. I would stomp that.
what?
Okay, delete the killing the dog part.
Okay, what's the dog's
Bro, I forget now. But anyways, Tony's dog had like
Tony's
dog had like jumped up on Bobby.
and Bobby was like Gracie stance.
Bobby like fucking like Muay Thai knees it.
Oh my god! Why would you do that?
What happened? Tell me what happened.
Yeah, Dave was like, oh yeah, lie to me, lie to everyone. Tell us what really happened.
I've studied dog training.
Caesar Milan says this trick.
Actually, I just want to be honest with you people.
The dog's like, oh.
You know me as Bobby, the jiu-jitsu person.
You're a monster.
I was really into dog training for a bit. I wanted to get working dogs, German Shepherds or Rottweiler, and I wanted to train them in a German sport. In a German sport.
He goes, so the dog keeps jumping off of Bobby, right?
He's been unlocked.
He remembers that. I'm just laughing.
He goes, Damien, you know how to make the dog stop? I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, douche. And fucking kicks the dog. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
He just kicked
What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's not what happened. That's not what happened.
It's very obviously what happened.
He goes, you know how to make
You want to see a good trick?
douche.
Oh my god. You're a monster, Bobby.
No, look,
Stop touching the mic like that.
All right, so what happened? Give us your story.
He's like, all right, what do I say?
I'm gonna breathe normally again for a little bit.
Oh, also, people that just listen to the podcast, we have to be mindful of what we say. Like, so we were eating mangoes before.
Yeah?
People hated it.
What do you mean?
We were because
like ASMR.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we're all eating the mic, and then people were like, "Dude, like, stop
That's
eating
so
the fucking."
fucking annoying.
Yeah. So we're all like cracking up into the mic. People are gonna be driving their cars and have to turn the fucking the thing down. We have to be mindful. We should be mindful.
That's the price of entry, I guess.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah, you want to listen? We're gonna
Nah, but fair enough. You gotta listen to people.
Right, that was the story. That's what happened, right? I was fucking.
Yeah, okay, long story short, you fucking need a dog, you monster.
I bought a Rottweiler once.
You gotta start back there.
Yeah. Because it relates. We'll get to it.
Okay.
All right, go on.
And
6 years. We started this story 6 years prior to this
a
date.
pretty expensive Australian dog trainer.
Okay.
This motherfucker, fuck Caesar Milan. This guy was so legit. He went out in the Australian outback and lived with the wild dogs. Joined the pack and shit.
Okay.
They bit him. He had to start. That's the story he told me. I believe it.
Okay.
He
He just got
came.
attacked by dogs.
I'm one of them.
I'm one of them.
He came to train my dog, teacher, assessor,
He has words.
do a bunch of things, and he taught me. I had like a private with him.
Okay.
And one of the techniques he taught me was, right, if a dog jumps at you, right, what you do...
need it.
You don't need the chest. What you do is, you just kind of hold your knee out there, right, and you kind of tap. You're not even looking to hit it. There's no force. And the dog will push into your knee, and it'll be uncomfortable, and it'll just be like a cue, like, oh, don't do that if you're uncomfortable. You're not. I didn't fucking...
Dude, this guy was like,
I didn't Jorge Masvidal the dog. You know what I mean? That shit was...
Want to see how far I can kick this dog?
It was just at the time, you know what I mean? Anyway.
it was funny, man. I was fucking dying because nobody else was looking. He was like,
No, it was
he's like,
just-
hey, you want to know how to make him stop?
Boom, boom.
He goes, douche.
It was supposed
I
to be
was
a little
like, bro.
What'd you talk about on Kill Tony?
Oh, yeah.
I just did. Honestly, I've been doing... There's this one joke I've just found myself doing. Because when I'm in Austin, it's hard to do as much comedy. Because to do comedy, you need a car. You need to be able to go downtown, here, there, and like go to many different spots in a night.
Yeah.
So unless I'm traveling with another comedian and doing what he's doing for the night, it's hard to make that happen. But obviously back home, I've been doing comedy there for longer. I have better connections. I've got a car. I can get places. Most of the stand-up I've been doing recently has been more improv. Just because I'm lazy, like even I suck with studying for jiu-jitsu and stuff. Like outside of jiu-jitsu, I'm not as disciplined as I'd like to be with doing things. I'm the same with comedy, and the part I enjoy most is actually being on stage. So I'm just looking to be on stage as much as possible, and then beforehand I try to figure something out or even play off something that was said beforehand. And a lot of that, I feel like a lot of comedy is being in the moment. and addressing what's being addressed.
Yeah, like you
Question.
need a crowd. It's one of those things
Crowd
like
is everything.
you can't really practice without a group of people watching. You have to like work the crowd.
Question. Do you feel the crowds respond differently, Austin versus like Australia?
For sure.
Or like
for
America?
sure.
Like what things stick here than stick there? Like, is there a different type of comedy, like dark humor, or is it like it just depends location to location?
The show affects the crowds, but the crowds also affect the show. So me as the person running the show, just by me charging you $10, $20, I've changed your psychology. Now you're invested. Now you want to laugh. How I seat you is huge. If I sparsely seated, you're not. If I have you all tightly packed together right at the front, it's more intimate. All these things have a huge impact on how much
There's a bit
the
of
crowd
chemistry
laughs.
that happens in comedy, right? If you guys are tight together.
Yeah, I think I mean, a lot of people talk shit about like comedy courses and stuff, but I did one. There was a guy who's a regular at the store for a while. He has a comedy course, Greg Dean. And that's one of the things he talks about. He's like, it's not one of the biggest differences between reading out a speech and doing comedy is that there's like a back and forth with the crowd because the crowd has to respond to you.
You can't just speech to a.
Yeah. So that's one thing is like
That's disgusting.
sometimes you're talking about something.
It's fucking nasty.
What are you doing there?
I mean, can I just drink it from this thing?
I'm mixing it with coffee.
I
dude,
want
it tastes
to. I
good.
want to try some as well. Pour a little-
Wow,
little
that's
bite.
good. Prime energy drink. Logan Paul. Is it just Logan or is it Jake and Logan?
I think it's Logan and KSI.
Logan KSI.
That's really good. You want me to pour some
This
in
is
here?
the energy drink. Prime, newest sponsor of Simple Man Podcast. Just tell them to hit us up first to send us the money. First.
Wow. Prime. Prime numbers.
Oh man.
That does taste really good.
It is pretty good.
Yeah, it's like Sprite.
Lemon lime.
It is a little bit like
Yeah. Thanks for watching the Simple Man Podcast. I'm Damien.
Nicky Rod.
Ethan Crelinsten.
Bobby Sandhu.
You've been simplified.
Yes. Have a good day.
Peace. Like and subscribe.